What's going on YouTube? It's Blake Wendt, and this is my first video on Blake Wendt Finance. Now in today's video, for my first video, I'm going to explain 5 ways to get rich in 2024 as a teen. Now it's important to note before I start talking about this, there is no get rich quick. And anybody who tells you that, it's important to really take a step back and listen to what they're saying. Because in 2024, as I know of, there is no simple get rich quick that actually works, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you guys 5 ways to actually start making real money as a teen. You know, not selling $2 candy bars at school, but maybe actually making $50 to $100 a day you could start doing. You could even, with some of these, man, you can make thousands of dollars a day. It's just all about how far you take it. And this is probably the most real way that you can make money as a teen or somebody younger. Now, I just turned 18. Some credentials of mine, I have had so many businesses like that I just can't even like name them all, but I've sold shoes, I've sold cologne, I've sold jewelry, I've sold handbags and goods like that. I've resold car parts. I have sold everything. If you can think of it, I've probably tried to sell it before. With all of that, and even like YouTube when I was younger, with all of that, I was able to afford a Scat Pack at 17. So maybe I do know a thing or two, maybe I don't, but I'm gonna give you guys 5 ways to get rich in 2024 as a teen. So let's start off with number 1. Number 1 I wrote down was neighborhood repairman. Now, neighborhood repairman, that's a big range of things, but simple, just doing things for your neighbors that they need done, right? This is the one that I probably have the least experience on, but my neighbor, which is funny, my neighbor who's the same age as me has the most experience on, and he's been able to explain to me for a while now how him and his brothers have made a ton of money just being basically not even just neighborhood repairman, but just doing things around the neighborhood, right? So if that requires, you know, cutting grass, you can detail cars. That's such an easy one, especially if people are local to you. They would love to pay a local kid to detail their car that they know is going to spend some good time doing it. And fixing things, if you know how to fix things, you know, like sprinkler leaks, that's a pretty simple one that doesn't exactly require rocket science, and that is a lot of money for most people to hire somebody to fix stuff like that. Or just anything around the house, you know, if your neighbors hire house cleaners, you could say, hey, I know how to clean a house, I could do it for less, you know. Maybe me and a couple buddies, me and a few friends could clean your house for even less than the house cleaners do it for. So, right, it's just finding things that people pay for and you could just do it for a lesser price, right? Now, detailing cars is one of those things where you can secure a deal like, all right, this is gonna be $100 detail, right? You're gonna completely clean this car like crazy. And you think it'll take yourself about 2 hours to do it, but you could pay somebody $20 an hour, pay them $40 to do it, and boom, look, you keep it at $60. So not even, but that's just like having workers, you know, and most kids that are also teens are really looking for that work. So if you can find that job, right, $100 detail service, and you can teach somebody how to do the detailing and pay them $20 an hour, because that's way better than most jobs will pay kids our age. $20 an hour, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, sign me up. They'll detail that car for you 2 hours, they'll make it look great. You know, you tell them, hey, you need to clean this up next time. You could fix that up yourself. But hey, look, you just paid them $40 and you walked away with $60 and you basically did nothing, right? So that's one way of taking neighborhood repairman to the next level. And number 2 that I wrote down is reselling. Now, reselling is also another very broad topic, but it is something that I've been doing since I was like 13 years old, right? Now, if there is a market, there's a resale value. And there's somebody out there that doesn't know what they have. And that is the first thing that I realized with shoes, right? When I first started selling shoes, I had found a few people that didn't know like the price of the shoes that they had. And even used shoes, I was like, you know, these shoes may be used, but they're in good condition. You know, I feel like there's somebody out there willing to pay a higher premium than what this person's gonna sell me the shoe for. And so what I used to do was I'd find a pair of shoes that I think, hey, I could get like 150 bucks for these. And he only was 100 bucks, you know, I'm just gonna give him $100 and I'll flip these shoes for 150. You know, sometimes it's not that not that clean cut, and you only flip them for like 130, you only flip them for 120. Sometimes you take a loss, you flip them for 90, but that's a $10 loss compared to a bunch of $50 gains. So if there's a market for something, you can resell it. It doesn't matter what it is. You can resell just about anything in 2024. There's a market for just about anything, and a lot of people sell a lot of things for very cheap. You just have to know the market that you're in, and you have to know what it goes for so you can secure good deals. Now, number 3 would be stock trading, right? So you do have to be 18 to open most stock accounts, but a lot of places like Fidelity have youth accounts that your parents can help you set up. Now, when I say stock trading, I don't mean gamble all your money that the stock's gonna go up or down. I mean, put your money in there, let it go, and come back to it in maybe a year and say, oh wow, I'm grateful that I got this 30% return on my money. Now think about it, if you put in $1,000 and you put it into something like NVIDIA when NVIDIA was pushing, NVIDIA 1 year did 100% return or over 100% return. So if you put that $1,000 in NVIDIA, you kept working, you kept putting money into it over the year. In a year, you might come back and be like, okay, so I put in like $600-700 as it was going up. I kept putting some money in there, and you might come back and be like, wow, I got $3,000 right now. It's important to take stock trading is not like, oh, I'm gonna hit it rich. I'm gonna be this crazy day trader, but it's more of I'm gonna make my money grow faster than anything else would. Now you can also put your money away right now and get 5% return on it for nothing. So you could take like $1,000, you put it through a bank. Most banks I think do it. Most stockbrokers do it too. But you just put away like $1,000 and you come back in a year, it'll have $1,050. Will that cover the inflation? Will that cover everything else? I'm not sure, but that's just another thing that you can do to just grow your money overall in 2024 as a teen. It's pretty safe as well. Now, next thing that I have is social media. Now, social media may not be for everybody, and it may have to be somewhat niche, but there's many ways to make money off social media being a faceless account. Now, the biggest thing that I ever saw somebody do that just shocked me the most was I met somebody who did hot songs of like the summer, of the winter, whatever. And all they did was they just like went on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. They posted like, here's some songs that you need to listen to. And they played like a little short clip of the song. And while he built up this account on Instagram, TikTok, whatever else, and he got up to like 10, 15,000 followers, right? They may pay very little, like through Instagram, through TikTok, that may pay you very little. But what he started securing was small artists paying him hundreds of dollars to promote their songs. And so boom, not only are you making content that you could get paid for, but you're also getting paid by these artists to promote these songs. And so he must have had at least 100 videos of songs that he's promoted for at least a couple $100. If you do that math, that ends up to be a lot of money, right? And that is just so simple. That takes no skill, no talent, hardly any time. And it is just a great side hustle for him to make thousands of dollars a month just promoting songs that people ended up paying him for. Now, I'm not saying you should just turn around and do that, but find your niche like that. Find a way to do something like that. If you have a great talent yourself, make videos on your great talent yourself, and then find people that are willing to pay you for your talent. Now, my last recommendation to make money in 2024 is learn a skill and sell it. Now, what I mean by learn a skill and sell it is when you have a skill, like let's say you have a skill in, like I said, reselling. How are you going to show other people how to do it and make money themselves, but make money while you're doing it, right? So when you have a skill like, wow, I noticed that I can really find deals and I can really flip these deals for great profits, whatever. Show that to other people. Show the other people that they can make money the way that you're making money. And all they have to do is just pay you a few, like $20, $30 for like a little course. Selling courses is, that's a different road. But if you could just do it to like some friends, if you're gonna genuinely help them, and you just post on your story like, hey, if anybody wants to get a little mentorship, I'll charge you $50 a month. That is a great way to make money. Little mentorship on reselling. If you really know reselling, But you gotta find the way to sell it to them. Why do they need to do it? How much money are they gonna make? Are they gonna be able to make a good amount of money? Are they gonna want to see the returns they want to see? Stuff like that. And I was able to do that with like fitness coaching because I am a pretty strong person, saying as humbly as possible. And I noticed like, hey, people may want to learn from me and learn from my trials and everything else. How can I sell my fitness coaching and what makes me different than other people selling it? And I really noticed, well, I have the title of strongest 17-year-old ever. Nobody else has that. You know, there's maybe the dots, but that's all. We gotta go over to Blake Wendt to talk about dots. But if we're talking about that, hey, nobody else really has that title. I have the highest total for any weight class as a 17-year-old. So I really pumped that out there. And hey, now I got a few people paying me $50 a month to help write them programs, to help coach them, to help show them how they could possibly achieve that level. So that's going to wrap up my first video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Go ahead and drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.